your first kiss?
Yeah.
How was that?
On our first date.
Me and Ashes? Oh, that's good. I thought you were going to go back in time. I remember that.
I tried for ages. For, yeah, all evening she was like, nah.
He had the TV on because he was trying to be like all cool, but like we were on the couch and like everyone knew why we were on the couch. And there was an add-on and it had that song, It's Gotta Be Perfect. You know that song? And anyway, he was like singing it at the top of his lungs, and I don't know if you went to karaoke the other night. Ash is not blessed with a singer's voice. He fucking gives it his all, but bless him, he doesn't have it.
It's got to be.
So he's like bursting it out, and I was like, you are such a dick, but like in the like most like you don't really know me that well, but you're still being yourself way. It was kind of cool. And then yeah, I was like, oh, I think I'd like to kiss him, and maybe it was to shut him up, and maybe it was because he was like I was super attracted to him, but probably a bit of both.
It's got to be perfect. In common? Ooh. That's a good question. So I'm not sure we have a lot in common. I think we're quite opposite.
So we both love lions. We both love Aladdin. Both like really enjoyed dancing around our apartment, usually with minimal to no clothes on. I don't know if I should have said that.
Mate, I don't know.
We both love Aladdin.
She did this really easily.
Did she?
Yeah.
Oh, don't say that. What we have in common? No, I think we're quite different people. But we should easily think of 3 things in common, right? Is that bad? A little bit. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Your face tells me everything. Damn. Yeah, so I was thinking like as people, right? But even then, like, oh, it's because I'm put on the spot now. But I love a food. It's got to definitely be up there. And if I'm going to be trying to stretch it, I love a drink as well. But we'll go as 1, food and drink. Oh, like the same music. Yeah. So 3? Is that 3?
It's 2.
Oh, come on, Priya, you're killing me.
What?
We both love wings. Oh no, food. All I think of is food. Like I can just think of all the different foods we love together.
The mug.
The mug.
Oh my God. He couldn't say Dipa properly. He would say Dida. And he would literally just hold the mug and he'll say Dida.
And he'd swing it and he'd be like, look. And every time we'd say, Ash, no, Ashish, put it down, he'd drop it. And he'd be like, look what I did.
He also had a thing.
However, if you just looked at him, turned around and walked off, he'd put the mug down.
We put the mug down, yeah.
I don't know how many mugs he's broken in the house.
He's broken records. People break records. He's broken mugs.
And he still does that kind of stuff today. Different context.
Yeah,
But the minute you say,
yeah.
Ash, don't do that. Right, I've got to do it now. You said it. I'm going to do it.
You tell me not to do something, the chances are I'm going to do it, right? So, I rebelled a lot, you could say.
If you could go back in time to one moment in your relationship, what moment would you
Oh, 100% would said the same answer here. I wouldn't even question it. We're Bondi Junction, living in Bondi, 15 minutes from the beach. We had very little money. We used to wake up, go to the beach every morning, go to our little spot, get a coffee. Just amazing, amazing few months.
She gave a very different answer.
No chance.
She did.
Not a chance. I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
She said,
No, I don't believe you.
I would love to go back to my wedding day in Australia. Like, one particular point, and I was just about to finish getting ready, and I was a little bit anxious, and Ash and I had this like 4-track playlist that we were going to put on before I came down the aisle. Long story short, of course I was late, so it just kept looping because we didn't have any more songs on it, which people were getting pissed off at. But anyway, and like where we got married is like right near a beach down south in Perth, so it was really sunny and like the wind was like really warm and like beautiful because it was summertime. And I was starting to get really anxious because I was like 20 minutes late already. And then one of my bridesmaids opened the door and one of the songs played, which is like an Angus and Julia Stone song. It's called Chateau, and we used to listen to this 4-track. When I say we didn't, I did. Listen to it in the mornings when I would like get ready, or when I was like doing all of my cleaning. I used to put it on. Those tracks were mixed in with my like usual tracks. So I'd been like listening to it but thinking about our wedding, and then it was finally our wedding day and the door was pulled open and like swung really hard because it was windy, and then all of a sudden I just heard it like blare through like down into into the room that I was in. And like I just remember like my whole body like feeling super warm and like super filled with like love, and like it almost felt like someone had just given me like the best drug in the world. It was so fucking good. And I was like, I just literally never want to leave like this feeling. It was the best feeling I've ever had. I felt like I was going to explode with love. But I'd go back to that every time.
wow.
Yeah.
One particular moment, New Year's Eve, Sydney Harbour Bridge. Something I wanted always to do, and I did it with her. And we did it in like literally right in front of the bridge, like top dollar tickets. It was beautiful. So it was a moment, that period of life. It would be around the same sort of time, but euphoric. But yeah. We went to the wedding.
Yeah, man, he knew straight away, man. There was literally no, didn't need a thought whatsoever. So he calls me up this one day, and he was like, "Oh, make sure, like, you know, I met this girl," and I was like, "All right, cool, just expecting later." And it was literally like, I think it was like maybe even the next day or 2 days later, like after he met her, is when he called me, and he was like, "She's the one, mate. It's done."
Yeah, he said something very
that-
similar to me actually.
But the thing is, like, you don't firstly, you don't really hear that kind of thing happening in, like,
and actually
a lot.
following through, right?
But secondly, like, for Ash to say it, you know,
Yeah.
like, he knew on the spot. He knew straight away, man. I think that's just like the most amazing thing. You don't hear that, and even sometimes when you do, it's like they're broken up 2 months later or something. You know what I mean? But,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. You don't expect it to follow through,
he
do you? You don't-
absolutely knew.
Yeah. When he said that to me, it's like, I really think this is the one.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, you met her like you
You
said
met,
that 2
yeah,
weeks
yeah,
ago.
exactly, yeah.
And he's like, no, dude, I'm telling you, this is.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is the one. And I was like, okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I genuinely did not think that would follow through to them now being
So, yeah, that's
husband
it.
and wife, which is it's very cool.
So after our first date, like, I remember going into work, and I remember telling a friend of mine at the time I was going on this date, and I was looking forward to it, blah blah blah. And I went into work that night, and she goes, "Oh, how was this date?" You know, and tongue in cheek, I was like, "This one's the mother of my children," and like, you know, I was being a bit silly at the time, and like, obviously you can't say something like that and be like, fully mean it after one date, but I felt it a little bit, you know. And like I was telling my cousin last night, I never really understood the saying, like, when you know, because I thought, oh, it's like so cliche, right? When you know, right? But it really was such a quick connection between Dals and myself. It was, yeah, when you know, that's it, as cliche as it sounds.
We can go to the Chateau Marmont and dance in the hotel room. We can run with the lights on until we got nothing to lose. We have left him from the ground.
Oh, so the other week we were talking about our wedding speech.
Oh no!
And me and Ash were like just lying in bed just before bed, so like we were just like chill, and he decides to like pretend to say his speech for the wedding. And he like has a fake microphone, obviously, right? So he's like pretending to tell everyone about the time I weed 14 times on the plane, right? And I was like, oh, that's fine, because I'll just take the mic. And I took the mic and I was like, oh, one time in Melbourne.
Yeah. Did she tell you that? No, she wouldn't have told you the story.
She didn't tell me the story.
No,
I want to know the story.
No, look, you can't know the story. It's like,
And Ash swiped this fake mic from me and put his hand over my mouth, and he was like, no, you didn't. And I was like, Ash, you just took the fake microphone. And it was the funniest fucking thing. We burst into laughter.
she didn't have a mic, but I just wanted to shut her up, you know, before she told the fake story in front of no one.
So I couldn't tell the imaginary people in our room what had happened, even though both of us knew what had happened.
I'll take the game. We can go if you wanna go anywhere. I'll take the game.
They took me out to show me, you know, so I could walk down the, whatever it was called. I'll call it an aisle because in the UK or Australia we call it an aisle, but you ladies and gentlemen call it something else. Begins with an M. What's the name of the Mungie, is it? Munda. Right. And Grace, I think her name was, said, doesn't she look nice? I said, well, I haven't seen her. I don't know what the outfit looked like. So they said, well, stand inside the door. So I stood there, and she come in and got me and said, come on, it's time for you to come and see her now. So I walked out, hold a few deep breaths, and the bridesmaids were like standing in front of her, and they had a big cloth in front of her as well, and they moved out the way, dropped the cloth, and I went, "Oh no, you're beautiful!" And the tears just poured out of my eyes, and she still looks beautiful now. So, well, you'll have to carry on. I can't.
What am I going to say?
I can't.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, like Josh Chandu said, and I really, each and every one of you, thank you so much for making an effort to come to this occasion. And for any functions, no matter where you are in the world, if you don't have good family, if you don't have good friends, and if there's no people around you, it doesn't seem right. So I would thank each and every one of you for being here with us, enjoying and celebrating our son's wedding and wedding reception. Yes, Ash, baby of the family. And I have to say this, I was pressurized into saying that he is my favorite, and I have to repeat that again. I have to repeat this again. For any parents, all children are same, but Ash thinks he's the favorite, and Mid says he's the favorite, Deep says she's the favorite, Veena says she's the favorite. So yeah, they're all favorite in their own way. So, no, I have to make sure that I said it very well today. So you listen to me. Last time you didn't give me a chance to say what I wanted to say. But anyway, this could go on and on and on. We will. Rishi? Never mind. But again, congratulations to both of you. And I must thank your family too, to make an effort to come all the way from Australia. It's not an easy thing to do, which we've experienced it ourselves. But again, I really hope from the bottom of my heart that you all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I bless the couple, and I hope you bless them too. Again, have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Lots of blessings with love to the newly married couple, Mr. and Mrs. Patnina.
Firstly, Adele, I'd like to say to you, welcome to the family. But I say this to you in only a formal capacity because we welcomed you into the family 5 years ago when we first met you. I consider you as a blessing to our family, our very own white Indian princess. Ash, it's been beyond heartwarming and emotional. It's been a very emotional experience to witness you getting married, our little baby brother. Not only today, but also in Australia. So today was your wedding, but the rest of your lives is your marriage. We're as best friends and as soulmates. Together, you'll take on life. And as you do, we wish you nothing but success and happiness.
Being ever the keen athlete, Ash was quick to sign up to the school ski trip when we were 14 years old, something like that. You were assigned a group based on your ability. Group 1 being the best, most accomplished skiers. Group 5, people like me, never skied before. Ash's hand went up. I'm Group 1, obviously. Yeah, so they put him in based on what he said. Run 1 of the day. Ash came to a graceful stop at the feet of the instructor, who was left open-mouthed at Ash's unique skiing style. This style was best described as slug-like. You might assume I'm talking about the speed at which he was coming down. No. Somewhere near the top of the slope, Ash had lost both skis, both poles, and tobogganed down on his stomach. using his face as a makeshift brake. With his face grazed and his ego bruised, he soon joined me in Group 5.
For those that know Ash well, there's one thing that cannot be denied, and that is unrivaled competitiveness. I mean, he's so competitive that even when it comes to being competitive, he has to be the best.
Also, I do have to say here, Ben, I'm sorry, but in the spirit of the rivalry he's just been mentioning, I've arranged a little something. Ben doesn't know about this. I kept it from him. Mick, if you'd be so kind. Ash, join me up here. Yes, really. Yeah. Oh, he's taking his coat off. He's serious. Come on, Ash. Right. Rules are simple. Countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. On go, you chug. For the benefit of this, to make it even more competitive, you're representing your beloved Liverpool. Man United. This is Man United over here. So, please, people, record this. I want it on note, who won. No debating. So, on go. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go. I think we know who won that one. On his own wedding day. In my opinion, Ash's greatest strength is he's unashamedly outgoing. I mean, if anyone knows him, he is. He is the sort of person you could drop into any pub across the country and he would come out with multiple friends. I remember when I was hosting a barbecue about 10 years ago, it was the first time my university friends were coming up and meeting my Birmingham friends. Immediately, 2 cliques had formed. So the Birmingham lot over there, uni lot over there. That was until this man arrived who walked straight past his Birmingham mates and sat at the table with the uni lot. Never met any of them before. Sat down, chatted for hours. And it was this unrelenting confidence that ultimately led Ash to finally meet the girl of his dreams.
But before meeting the girl of his dreams, Ash had a self-proclaimed title. On nights out and on other social events, there was one thing about Ash that I was incredibly jealous of. His undeniability to walk up to any girl and start a conversation. I mean, his success rate was horrendous. But he still did it. One night at Oceana, after being rejected by his 6th woman, I asked Ash, I was like, well, how the hell do you do it? Bobbing his way over to me and with R. Kelly's I'm a Flirt playing in the background. He said, I'm a flirt. Manners, you just don't get it. You are not a natural flirt like me.
So, the classic Ash that I am. I thought I had ages to write this speech, and I've been thinking about it for such a long time, a couple of months. I was like, let's get this down. So at 5 p.m. today, I started writing my speech. That's true. So I have had no other choice but to leave it short and sweet. I would like to share one story about Dels, however, and Dips, you led me into this one. So I remember the first time Dels put on an Indian outfit, and she came downstairs and she declared to the room she was the white Indian princess, right? And today epitomised that for me. When I was in that mandap and the girls had that sheet over me, when that sheet dropped, when I looked at you, that epitomised that white Indian princess that you are. You looked absolutely stunning. Coming into an Indian family isn't easy, but, well, coming into a big Indian family is even harder, you know, and being able to deal with all the things that have been thrown at her. She's been able to take them in her stride, stay by my side, and she's been an absolute rock. By seeing the way my parents have accepted her and treated her like one of their own is definitely the most special thing for me. So thank you. I lost where I was, guys. Dels has helped me build a stronger relationship. By doing all this, Dels has helped me with my relationships with my family, and for that I'm forever grateful. Obviously, we already got married in January, so tonight didn't really have to happen, but this was all down to Dels. Dels really pushed for this, right? And it was just a few weeks ago when she said, are we going to celebrate 2 anniversaries? I thought, that's why she pushed for this. But now I'm joking, sweetheart, come on, you did. Don't lie. But look, that's all down to this beautiful woman here tonight. And so as I finish, if I could ask you all to raise a glass and just join me in a toast. And to Dels, it was always to Dels. Thank you.
Everybody gets high sometimes, you know. What else can we do when we're feeling low? So take a deep breath and let it go. You shouldn't be drowning on your own. And if you feel you're sinking, I will jump right over into cold, cold water for you. And although time may take us into different places, I will still be patient with you. And I hope you know I won't let go. I'll be your lifeline tonight. I won't let go. I'll be your lifeline tonight. 'Cause we all get lost sometimes, you know. It's how we learn and how we grow. And I wanna lay with you till I'm old. You shouldn't be fighting on your own. And if you feel you're sinking, I will jump right over into cold, cold water for you. And although time may take us into different places, I will still be patient with you. And I hope you know I won't let go. I won't let go. No, 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 no. I'll be your lifeline tonight. I won't let go. I'll be your lifeline tonight.
Save me from a rocking boat. I just wanna stay afloat. I'm all alone, and someone's gonna take me home, somewhere I can rest my soul. I need to know.
And if you feel you're sinking, I will jump right over into cold, cold water for you. And although time may take us into different places, I will still be patient with you. And I hope you know I won't let go. I won't let go. No, 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 no. I'll be your lifeline tonight. I'll be your lifeline tonight. With every passing moment, thoughts of you run through my head. I am slowly realizing I think you're truly heaven-sent. I think you're truly something special, something my dreams are really made of. Let's stay together, you and me, boy. There's no one like you around.
I'm really privileged. I feel really privileged that she asked me and Louise to be here. And I think we're just really proud of her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when I think about it, I get a little bit choked up, but I'm really proud of the person that she is and that the life she's made for herself. And I'm really privileged to have been a part of that through her life.
Yeah, it's just like Russell said, it's just been an honour that she came to us and she asked us to be part of this experience, and that she's, you know, she is. I mean, she's family, but she's really family to us, and there's always a door open, always, for Adele and Ash, and you know, I suppose for her, we want her to feel always that with us she has a home as well, you know, and I know that sometimes she feels or has felt that she hasn't had a place or she doesn't know where she belongs, but that she always belongs, always, you know. She's very special to us. You know, we spent a lot of time with her, and yeah, she's very, very special to us, so, and we're very, very proud of her.
He's one of those people that, I don't know, I always had like a weird connection with, because obviously he's my uncle, but I think being that little and like spending that much time with someone who's a strong male character for you, like in your life, is really kind of cool, because it's not like he's replacing my dad, but it's like you get two different facets of people and two different types of values, because they're completely different. But they both give me like really vital and valuable life experience and advice, and they both have played a part in growing me up, I guess. Yeah, and then my auntie Louise is married to him, and I've always had like a really good relationship with her, especially when my parents broke up. Like I would go and like stay at their house, and she got me like my first job. She taught me how to drive. She got my, you have to do hours in Australia, like you have to do like 25 hours driving, and she did most of them with me just to help me get my license. Like I'm not her kid, but they have like actually treated me again like their own.
I'd like to say I'm proud of them, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I mean,
There's so much to say, isn't there? How do you show gratitude for someone who is literally a pillar of strength? You know, it's the foundation of everything you are. You know, how do you show gratitude? How do you say thank you? How do you say, actually, we also want to do you proud?
Yeah.
You know, there are no words really, I don't think.
So when I think of my parents, like when you say if there's anything I want to say, like thanks for making Dells feel welcome as well. You know, like at times at the very beginning it was tough and it wasn't easy on them, and there's like things happened in the first little bit of time which were really hard, but like in a lot of Indian families it doesn't really happen like this, you know. And if it wasn't for them, my life with Dells wouldn't be possible, I don't feel, you know. And like they often call her the daughter, and you know, and Dells loves it, and you know, so thanks really for that.
Yeah, I keep thinking about what I'm going to say to them at the wedding, and sometimes it's really hard to put stuff into words, like how appreciative you are of someone. But for me, like, one of the biggest things is that they are genuinely proud of me. And that means so much. Like, they're not my actual parents. We were talking about like unconditional love, and like I genuinely feel like they unconditionally love me. Like I do some really stupid things sometimes, or I say stupid things, or you know, whatever, and it doesn't matter. Like they do unconditionally love me, and I feel so lucky to have that, and so blessed to be in their family. So I would want to just say thank you, but I don't really know how to start or where to start with them, because the things that they've done for us and the way that they've shown me how to love and how to show generosity and how to show patience and forgiving, all the stuff that Ash and I dealt with, I went to his mum and she would give me like the best advice. And like she didn't need to know the particulars and she never asked and I never told her. But she would always give me these like core things of like, if you're gonna love someone, you have to forgive them, you have to let go of stuff. You can't keep like controlling, or all these like amazing pieces of advice from someone who's done it. They've been together like over 40 years, like they know what they're talking about. And I don't have that at home. My parents aren't together, so I don't know what that looks like, and I don't know what it looks like to stay with someone forever, even if it's hard. So I just want to thank them for showing me that, for making me a woman, like actually.
She's the person that she is. Like, she just does so much for us, like, and the mother that she's going to be. That's why I want to spend the rest of my life with her. I love you to bits, and I cannot wait to spend the rest of my life with you.